Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Here we go, G.
Lucky 48.
It's me and you. It's your
Gun.
It's just me and you.
Now the first carry for Dalvin Cook. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Check back 50. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
Zebra.
Now Cousins. Trying to lay one up deep. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. Looked like he had a couple of different options as far as who to throw to on that play. And who am I to say this, but I'm not sure he made the right decision.
Well, the window of opportunity is always going to be small in the NFL. That's why those quarterbacks who make quick decisions and have quick releases have the most success in this league.
On 3rd down, Cousins. Oh, he almost picked it. Nearly a turnover there on their opening drive. And that's a throw he'd like to have back. Now 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Okay, look at this. The punt team nowhere to be found. They're on the sidelines. Offense going to go for this on the opening drive. They'll indeed go for it. It's Cousins. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Trey Flowers picks it, and his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson. On the tackle that time, it's Trey Waynes.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
From the 36, Wilson. He'll let this go for the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Anthony Harris. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, not a good omen there. His first throw of the afternoon, intercepted.
And I know what the fans are thinking right now. I hope there's not negative thoughts in his head going forward since that's his first throw of the game. But one of the things I remember about him coming out of school is he's able to wipe things away pretty easily and move on.
Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. They start the drive with Cook. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down. From the 22, here's 2nd and 8. Play action now. Cousins going deep for Diggs. He's got a man complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first. A first down throw for Cousins. That'll be complete to Cook. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. The loss of 3 on that first down pass play. Now 2nd and 13.
Topper! Hey, high 7.
Now Cousins. It's complete to Diggs. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for third down.
Slam, slam, slam.
X3, 218, chopper. 2.
Third and short yardage. Cousins into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Quandre Diggs. He's at the 40, 20, 10. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Third down, passing down. They throw the extra defensive back in there for a nickel package, and it worked out.
And it's not anything that you would think is just great strategy. It's just that when you have 5 defensive backs on the field and an obvious passing down, it's a lot tougher to complete a pass. And on that play, they completed it just to the wrong team, and it cost them 6 points.
So they throw the and he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. So this helps to start a drive. After the penalty, it'll be 1st and 5.
Tight ends Ringo. Tight ends on the Ringo. Tight ends on the Ringo. Even. 4 down. Even. Key 8.
From the gun, here's Cousins. He sets to fire deep. And here's another interception, the 3rd of this first quarter. Picked off by Brad McDougal. They were looking for Johnson that time.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Viking territory. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
14.
The 47-yard line.
Tempo.
On 2nd down, it's Carson. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half, maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Watch tight. Tight ends right. Watch tight. Tight ends right. 3 down.
Wilson now to throw on 3rd down. Eluding the pressure right. He can run for it, and he will. The rushing numbers for Wilson maybe down from earlier in his career, but he's still a threat to go, showing it there, picking up the 1st down. The last drive, remember, similar situation. He forced a ball into coverage through the pick. He learned better there.
Yeah, similar to a golfer that's confronted with a shot that you just can't make. Sometimes you have to take your medicine, as they say, right? Just pull it down, take off, and go. Don't make something worse than what it was.
Throwing is Wilson. Being chased out left. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. There for the sack, Everson Griffin.
Okay, was it a breakdown in protection? Did the running back not pick him up? What does it really matter? Sometimes it's just a great play made by the defense. Big-time sack.
At after the sack on first down. Wilson, that's complete into the hands of Carson. Give him 2 yards on that play, and it's going to be third down and a ways to go here, 3rd and 14.
Check.
Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. They had the catch on second down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at third down here.
Stay down. 14.
From the shotgun, Wilson. Flush to his right. He may try and run for this. And he's going to be stopped here a few yards short of the first as the tackle is made at the 33. A solid run of 11 there as he tucked it and ran, but he's still short of the marker, and it's 4th. So they'll say no to the 50-yard field goal try. Instead, the offense out there, they're going for it. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. On comes the Seahawk kicker here on 4th down. It's Jason Myers. From the right hash and call it an even 50 yards. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And the lead moves to 10-zip. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Nothing for them yet from an offensive standpoint, down 10-zip as they come up 1st and 10. They throw right away, and that's complete out on the right side. Give them a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. 10-0 our score. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis of this first half of action. Now the Seahawks forced to use their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward.
Check. Watch 54. Here we go.
On 2nd down now, it's Cook. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. Cousins to throw it. Going deep for Diggs. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. The 20, 10, touchdown, Vikings. Stephon Diggs, 79 yards, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Maybe that is the boost that this offense needed.
They did nothing the entire half, but out of the blue comes this big shot here. You're exactly right. Like a dunk in basketball, like a home run in baseball, maybe a solo shot. Sometimes you need that big play to get things ignited.
Bailey got the extra point, and that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll wind wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. It's been an awfully slow start for them. This is their third possession. They don't have a first down yet.
So that means they have to change up what they're doing, and for some teams, it's a change in tempo, usually moving it to more up-tempo type of an offense just to try and change their fortunes right now. What they've been doing so far isn't working. Maybe they'll do that.
And that'll be incomplete as it's knocked away, but a penalty flag is down. So who's this going to be on? Looked like some hands both ways. They got it on the offense.
And sometimes there's a fine line between being the receiver and the DB, and he knocked that one away. Might have caused an incompletion that could have been an interception.
I'm here all day. Strong right, strong right, strong right. We got three, fellas, we got three. Whip. Watch the whip.
Wilson after the play fake to Carson. He'll buy some, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Daniil Hunter showing his strength and quickness there, a loss of 4.
No doubt that's a very good play defensively right there, because you've always got to be aware that he can take off and make a big play with his legs. How about the way they were able to contain him? That also tells me the coverage was excellent downfield.
So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24.
Easy.
My 40. Shift.
Now Wilson. He lets it fly for Lockett. Is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. Xavier Rhodes with a pick. And they will set up shop at their own 41-yard line. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. A new life now following the late turnover. Maybe a chance for points here before the break.
Yeah, pretty nice situation they find themselves in, because it really may be one completion away from giving their kicker a shot, and that gives them a chance to get some points up on the board.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. Throwing is Cousins. And he's got the hook up here. It's Kyle Rudolph. And he is down deep into Seattle territory. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts, as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. So a big play as it gets them all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10. Cousins gives way to Cook. Cook with a first down and much more. And he's brought down. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. It's Cousins on the sneak. Fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And a cut to the right and some open field here. And he cuts it left, and now room to move. And he brings it back. Can you believe it? An offensive disaster on the final play of the first half.
They just had to hold on to the ball.
How about that for a momentum swing? You had it goal to go. Not only do you cough it up, but they pick it up and return it all the way for a touchdown.
And now you have to give oxygen to the entire team, because what a letdown that was. Terrific drive. Looked like you're going to get points. Instead, the other team registers them on the scoreboard.
The Seahawks with the advantage, and they get the football first as the second half is underway. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively.
Check nickel, nickel, nickel.
Let's go double count right here, double count.
Check three, check three. Get him all.
Well, throw on first down with Wilson. Escaping the pressure right. He'll run it. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at second down. He'd had some success as a runner previously on this drive, just not as much space there that time.
Yeah, this time when he pulled it down, they were ready for him, so I think he's going to have to fling a few in order to open up that running lane again.
Hey, alert 3, alert 3.
19.
To throw again on second down. Wilson. And Wilson's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked up by Anthony Harris. There he goes, right side. And he's going to score. It's a Viking touchdown.
Did I just see what I thought I saw? Did I just see what I thought? That had to be. Come on, say it for me. Say it for me. Who picked up that pass?
It's a free safety.
Oh, you got to have those great skills back there. Eyes, anticipation, great hands. And, of course, how about the fluid moves afterwards to take it all the way to the house?
Sounds like you're watching your old game film up here in your head.
Yeah, that's the dream I had of being that player. I just never was.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They'll start out on the ground with Carson. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Carson. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
To throw is Wilson. Flushed out right. And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack. He was trying to keep his eyes downfield. Nobody came open.
He's trying to do everything that he had been taught, right? Every bit of the technique. But if no one's open, there is no technique except make sure you hold on to the ball as you go to the ground when you're getting sacked.
Wilson and the offense not coming off the field. They're going for it on 4th.
Ball back.
Check. Lucky. Mike 40, check.
Here we go on 4th with Wilson. Forced out to his left. He can run for it, and he will. And he's got this almost to the 40 before going out. The escapability in evidence there is that one good for 15 and a first.
Not sure I agreed with the decision to go for it, but I definitely agreed with his decision to run it. He picked up that big first down. I think he let his head coach off the hook.
That's what I was just going to say. If there's anybody more happy than the quarterback picking it up, it's the coach that saw him pick it up. And now he's going to use his legs. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
Well, he's proven real effective running the football. No one open, don't force it. Just get what you can, and that's what he's done very well in this game.
Target.
On second down, it's Carson, and very little running room there. He did get a couple up to the 49. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Push him back. Show him that. Reload. Kill.
Here's Wilson to throw. Dancing to his left. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Again, the offense will stay out there. They've converted once on this drive. What can they do here on 4th down? They'll indeed go for him with Wilson. Steps away to his left. He lets it fly for Lockett. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Tyler Lockett. 62 yards. Yeah, the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. Myers connects on the PAT. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for him. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. It's the Vikings in possession of the football, but they need some points. They're trailing here to start the 4th.
Gun!
On 1st and 10, Cousins. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by the linebacker, Bobby Wagner.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games, and now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
After the interception, here's Wilson, eluding the pressure right. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but if they make them out of bounds, that does you no good.
2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line.
I'm coming for you. Check.
25.
Wilson going to hand it to Procise. Not much there. Maybe a couple up to the 35.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
And the Seahawks on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 8. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. Here's Carson with a catch out of the backfield. And he can only manage to take this thing to the 38, well shy of the 1st down. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and it'll be 4th down. This offense 2 for 2 converting on these thus far, so why not try again here on 4th down? They'll go for it. Now it's Wilson. Buying time to his left. And that is incomplete. Pete Carroll rolled the dice, but it didn't work out. And the Vikings, they have the football now in excellent field position. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Go, go.
54. In your face.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And his throw is incomplete. He was looking for his tight end there, Kyle Rudolph. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
80 weapons.
From the gun, it's a give to Cook. Try to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. He wants it all for the end zone, and that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. To throw is Cousins. That's to his running back, complete. And now this is going to be close. The defense says they stopped him, and they did. Mike Zimmer got to be unhappy with how that turned out. And the Seahawks are going to take over the football. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Everson Griffith picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Go 14.
On 2nd down now, it's Carson. And he's going to get about 7 yards on that one, up to around the 33. The Seahawks on 3rd down, just 1 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. Now it's Wilson. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Carson. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. Flush to his right. He'll try and run it. Able to make something out of nothing there. 17 yards and a 1st down. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
Good job right there. Good job right there.
Throwing now is Wilson. Escaping the pressure right. And he's going to lose a yard or 2. Taken down behind the line.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Hey, watch the slant. Watch the slant. Shit.
Ankle.
Check. 40's Mike. 40's the Mike. Let's go.
On 2nd down, it's Carson. 4 yards on the pickup there as they get it back to a more manageable 3rd and 7. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
I'm
coming after you.
Wilson to throw. And he's got his target. That's Moore. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 24-yard line.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you.
The D can only stop it one more time as they take the knee. The Vikings going to use their third and final timeout as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this fourth quarter.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. And here we go again.
Gotta go, in and out. Let's go.
Alert three. Alert three. Alert three.
Hey, let's go double count right here. Double count.
Check back 40.
Oh, Wilson going to throw. Throw left side complete. That's Carson. It's a gain of 12, first down Seahawks.
It's funny, throughout the time that we've been together, when we talk with running backs about the ability to catch the ball, their eyes light up when they talk about open field and having one-on-one matchups, don't they?
Yeah, they do. And that's the reason why. What we just saw, shedding those tackles, and that's what they're used to doing.
It is, and it starts at the beginning of the play, one-on-one matchup if someone's trying to cover them, but they also like those one-on-ones downfield after the catch when they're running with the ball. They think they're going to win those too.
So the victory here for Seattle, and they were really helped by their defense, forcing 3 turnovers.
I think what we saw in this one, today's defense. And what I mean by that is in the old days, pitching shutouts was big time. That was paramount. But the big thing was holding people down, holding down their yardage, right? Don't let them throw the ball through the air and gain a lot of... But now, it's about taking the ball away. Taking away possessions, getting the ball back for their offense. They had 3 takeaways in this one, and it led them to victory.
So that'll do it. For my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry, I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. From Minneapolis, so long, everybody.